Woodbine Racing Live is on the air as we kick off another week of action with fall in the air. But the temperatures might be declining, but our anticipation is building for a couple of things that we'll get to momentarily. Lisa Blow alongside yours truly, this being Jeff Bratt. And you know, people outside of Toronto always say that people in Toronto refer to us as the center of the universe.
Okay, yeah.
But we are the center of the sports
Now
universe this week because we got the Jays kicking off tomorrow. We got the Breeders' Crown kicking off tomorrow. And today we have the start of a long week of action in which we will have, let me do the math, 14 plus 11, 25, 36 races coming your way.
Unbelievable. And guess what I saw driving in today?
A Blue Jay.
A double rainbow.
Ooh.
And it looked like it was finishing up with the pot of gold here at Woodbine, but it was actually down there at the flea market.
Oh, okay. So what do you think? Like, what is your gut tell you about the Jays? Because I know you stayed up for the whole game the other night.
I did, buddy. I did. Rewind is an amazing thing when you doze off before the big home run. But okay, that's the thing. 8 o'clock? Like,
I know.
You're expecting me to stay awake till 11
midnight? It works out
midnight?
well for us because we're going to be late on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, so that's one thing.
Yeah.
So I need to kind of, at some point in time, have a nap.
Behind us.
Oh, look at that. There's that rainbow. So yeah, I saw it coming in. There is a double rainbow, which is extra good luck for us tonight. And it's funny because it's right behind us here too, Jeff. Look behind the willow tree behind you.
Hold on.
Turn around now. It's a 360 view. Look there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I know. It's beautiful. And people, like when I was driving into work, people had their windows rolled down and they were going like this.
Yeah, that's great. That's
take
what
pictures
Toronto
of,
traffic
not the
needs.
driver, the passenger.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, speaking of Toronto traffic, like they were supposed to open up the Gardner. It's been under construction for a long period of time. It was supposed to end tomorrow, I think. So they were going to have, like, it's down to 2 lanes and it's normally 4. And this is coming into the city and it's still going to be 2 lanes. Imagine the traffic coming into the city tomorrow night.
Look at that one's even better.
I know, it's gorgeous.
Oh, top of the morning to you. Yeah, that's great. What a beautiful shot there. Good job by the crew upstairs. Let's press the rewind button here, and there was no traffic trouble for Zarbata, and there was no traffic trouble for Reload Rally as well on the weekends. Let's we'll go to the South Ocean Stakes. This was kind of a cool story. First stake win here. I understand that Deshaun won a small stake down at Fort Erie, but he picked up his stake win here with Zarbata from last to first.
I know.
And the horse ran just 9 days ago.
9 days ago, and for $25,000. Yep. And what does this do to my filly? Doesn't she look even better now? Elisa's Macho. She ran second to this girl, Zabarda, in her first career start for $25,000. So what does it do for her? You gotta start to think, geez, we ran second to a stakes winner. Now what do you do with a little filly like that?
Got to run her for 100 now.
Of course. No tag. Maybe special weight.
That's right.
But yeah, that was a bit of a shocker on the program. Tara Stud, what is it? Yeah, Tara Stud. They're out my way. I actually pass them here and there. They're on Airport Road, and it's a big facility, big horse facility out there, but not too far away from my place.
Boy, and Reload Rally.
This was fun.
The quote of the meet came after this race.
Yeah, I think we have to save that and play it on closing day as one of our highlights.
It basically describes me.
Except for the jock part.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, Ryan Munger said afterwards, and it was the greatest quote because it just explained everything to a T. He said, when you're in high school and there's, the jock and he's out there and he's really cool and all that stuff, but boy, is he dumb. He said, that was Reload Rally. And he's starting to learn. And even Barb was like super hyped about him too, I thought, afterwards, because that's the coolest part with babies. There's such a great future ahead of them. You just don't know what's next. And really, the Frost King, for some horses, has been a little bit of a stepping stone on the road to the King's Plate.
Barb's had a great year.
She has.
Really, really good year. And the big horse, Subrace Ghost, is going to be racing on the program coming up on Sunday. We should touch on turf. Listen, races are written for turf. Whether they stay on or not, I don't know.
I don't know either, buddy.
We had quite a lot of rain today, so I would think if you're doing some advanced handicapping, it's my hypothesis that we would be off tomorrow. That's just an educated guess on my part, but I don't know that for sure. Yeah. Hopefully the stakes are able to stay on, but I don't know.
See, that's the other thing. They're not graded stakes races this weekend, so if they got to come off, it's okay. But yeah, I handicapped today for the main track. I didn't think we were going to be on the turf at all.
Yeah, and I don't know what I did.
Because you did it a week ago. I did it on Monday.
You usually do it on Sunday, though.
Yeah, but this time I did it on Monday, and it was rainy and cold on Monday when I was working at the barn, and I thought, okay, I don't think so.
Topic number 2 says wide trip. Well, we just saw that work for Zarbata last weekend here. And you know what, Elisa? I thought, for the most part, the inside's been very, very good this week. I thought it was kind of a little bit more neutral last weekend.
I would agree. And then, we did get rain, and that changes the complexion of the racetrack too. Like we saw some days where speed was good for the first half and ended up being closers for the back half. Now, I don't know how much rain they had here today, but there are puddles outside. So I guess we'll have to take that into account, that it could be a speed track for the evening's program. Now, I'm going to show you a replay here of my Cash Factor, who's the 12th horse in this race. And I'm going back to 2 starts ago, to the race for John Ross when the horse was claimed, and that was back on September the 19th. Now, why am I showing you this? Because the horse has since raced for the New Connections. But this was for today's price tag, $7,500, which is, I think the price that the horse fits for. They tried $14,000, the New Connections did, and now they're quickly back in for $75,000. But what's interesting here today, they're going to go back to Fraser Abley. That's what I like, is that this barn that normally uses Cheyenne Kerr is going to use Fraser Abley. This is the first time they're going to use him. He knows the horse very well. He rode the horse previously for John Ross. They'll take the blinkers off here today. And if you remember, I know you do, that the winner on that day, Love You Lippy, was taking a dramatic drop from $15,000 in for just $7,500. So just watch for this barn, because they've already given us some live horses from limited starters. They could have a very good week here. They're setting out a few horses, including the horse that was their first winner. So I went to the 12 even with the post position on the far outside. And then I was thinking about this 6 horse.
That's why I like
Xena Swift. Yeah, because Xena Swift has been in for $7,500, and $7,500 is just the right price.
Yeah, and could show speed if need be. Last time outstalked the pace, lost to Magic Modi. That just was a little bit too tough on that day and wired the field. That's a big field. I think it's a pretty big scratch at Pickford Sweet. I didn't mind that horse in that spot.
Yeah, vet scratch. I had the horse in for 4th, but yeah, I was kind of leaning towards this 12 all along.
The good news is for you is you move in a couple notches on the gate. Instead of having the 12 hole, you have post 10s. That helps a little bit for your chances there. A big field is the focus of our next subject, and that is going to focus in on race number 3 on the program as we get set to go a mile and a 16th in here. I had a chance to catch up with Tremaine Bridgemohan. So if you're not familiar with Tremaine, he is the brother of Sean that rode here for a while. But Tremaine has ridden here in the past as well. And I said, "You're going to stay for the rest of the meet?" He said, "Yeah, I think I am." So obviously, when you come back, it's not going to be where you're going to get immediate business right off the bat. So, but he's on a pretty live horse here.
And we are missing some players.
Exactly.
So, although I should say, welcome back to Austin Adams.
Yes.
So that's good news. He had to sit out for about a week or so, and I hope he picks up where he left off. Because things were really
Listen, if I saw little Teddy in the entries, I would be coming in with my crutches, my
tape me up, I'm good to go.
Yeah, exactly. My hospital bed. Put me on, coach.
Jermaine certainly picks up a live horse. In fact, I used the horse up in the top spot, and that's Pat's Holiday. So we've talked about this quite a lot over the last couple of weeks, because we've seen a lot of these horses now. Horses that were sold from the Kevin Attard barn privately into new outfits. Some of them have showed up in the Darren Glennon barn. Some of them have shown up in the Ted Holder barn. Some of those have won. Pat's Holiday shows up here for Cleveland Gordon. I can't say I'm super familiar with this conditioner, but I can say that he's won a couple of races this season, and he seems to have bought a horse that, they haven't got too crazy with. They put the horse in the right price for $10,000 here today to get this maiden score out of the way. Now that Fort Erie is over, they completed their program on Tuesday. I would imagine we'll be dropping down even lower, probably at some point, to maidens for 5. But, this is the lowest tag we have at this stage in the game. So I like this horse in for this price tag. And hey, if Jermaine wants to get all eyes on him, he's going to ride a winner here, hopefully, in this race. Then the phone starts ringing.
That helps. Jason Hoyt, not with us here tonight. I caught up with him on Sunday, and he was saying the baby that he rode for Lauren Richards, the one that we kind of liked, acted up in the gate, and he kind of got jammed in the gate a little bit and hurt his foot. So he might be missing a little bit of time. So Flores picks up the mount there with Sunnyvale coming up in race number 3, but a full field there. Maiden 10 claimers. This is where Elisa shines.
Oh,
everybody.
yes.
This is where her backlash shows. From the 40 days.
From my 40 days, yes. I know exactly how to handicap these races. You just automatically toss some, and then there's some that look a little live, and that 11 horse does look live.
Let's get to the clocker here. That's the clocker topic. Race 4, now going 7/8 on the main. We scratched number 5, Speedy Freeze. When I found out we were off the turf, I was like, man, I even like Speedy Freeze more now.
I was fine with it,
But
either way.
Now that's a major scratch.
And a vet scratch too, Jeff. So we'll have to find out from Ron if everything's okay.
Quieted down a bit?
It has. Since Speedy Freeze won the stake. Things have been kind of quiet over there. Who's the clocker horse
Bessie
in
Abbott's
this?
the Irish bred.
All right. Well, you know what? I think I've scratched on to the 3, Bessie Abbott, and I think a lot of other people will too, because likely a lot of us had the 5 in the top spot.
I like the 7/8. I like the first time synthetic too. So the fact this horse, the last point is obviously a mute point now, but the fact the horse works in the synthetic, that's all you need to know.
Well, that and she's raced against some monsters.
Yeah.
Monsters,
absolutely.
Including Nitrogen. And I know Nitrogen, rung her bell, but still, she's been in against much better than she's facing here today. So, yeah, I've landed on her. I think the other Cassie horse, Ella It Is, has a legit shot, so you could have a Cassie
I never get her at the right time.
I know. I know.
She beats me all the
She was a
time.
favorite last start, though, when she won, and I can't remember who we were on to that day, but I don't think it was her.
Yeah, well,
Might have been that magical trick.
One of the biggest question marks in the entire program is this 2-horse Super Supreme. I mean, this is
what's going on with this guy?
Yeah, same
What
family
is
as
going
Paramount
on?
Prince, and
I know.
just one only start so far.
And they're not good. The last couple of starts are not good. Like, what is happening? But they're going to stick around and go on the turf here today, and Patrick's in to ride. So you should mention too, we got a Trombetta shipper in here as well. But it looks like the horse has been here for a while.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't say it's shipped in recently. It looks like the work started back at the end of September.
So Elisa, she's a bit of a foodie.
I do like food.
You do like food, and I like going out to restaurants with Elisa because she
she
tries to expand my palate
That's
a little
right.
bit. She tries to expand a little bit because I'm very much a meat and potatoes guy.
And even when he goes out for dinner without me, I look at the menu and tell him.
Yeah, exactly. So here the menu in race number 5 has all these sort of dishes that we've tried before, but then you have this one first-time starter that we don't know exactly how this is going to taste. Let's face it, Spike Phil ain't facing a bunch of superstars in this race by any means. Now, I kind of like Total Sensation, and you're on that horse too, but you like the first timer a little bit.
Well, the first timer is a reload, and everybody wants to have a reload in the barn. How many reloads? Like, look, we just showed you the stake wins from the weekend, and the Barb Mitchell horse is a reload. I mean, they're just really nice Ontario sired individuals. And this one maybe doesn't get the best of breaks because has to draw the inside here as a first-time starter, but is actually a brother to Criminal Intent. A lot of people know that horse around these parts, and a stakes place horse by the name of Sun Sprite. So there is some pedigree with Spike Phil here today. I used him for second. I used, of course, Total Sensation in the top spot. If things go the way I'm expecting tonight, I think Pat Parente could win two. You heard it here first, folks. 2 on tonight's program. Leo Salas will be aboard this one, who was second at Chambers, and you're going to see Chambers on the card. Oh, look at this. You're going to see Chambers on the card, tomorrow? And he looks super live.
Yeah, in the last race. Yeah, he does look really, really. That is an extreme close-up.
That's close up, yeah.
That is very, very close.
Like, I can see up Robert's nostrils and the horse's nostrils.
And I think Robert should have the common hood on.
Not a bad suggestion, Jeff. Especially when he's watching tennis or he's watching the Jets.
Okay, this guy, gosh, I love Robert. He still thinks the Jets are good.
I know.
They haven't won a game yet all year. And he's like, no, they're good.
I know, he's a half glass full.
They're not good. He's the guy that would have the Jets and against main special weight competition race after race after race after race and not drop. Anyways, so there's a look at some information on that one. And then this interesting Cassie horse, Alfred Bellows, who really hasn't shown much down at Saratoga. I don't know what to do with that. Horse is lost by combined 50-plus lengths, but kind of an odd addition to the Cassie barn there.
I always love when I see a horse that James Bond had, is because, I see his saddle towels and everything right away. 007.
Yep. Imagine how cool he was as a kid with that name.
Yeah, absolutely.
007. Race 6, Patience. Yeah.
Who sang Patience, Jeffrey?
Little GNR. Now, I think this is a vulnerable favorite today. Well, not even the favorites. No, this is the wrong race.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Go Jimmy Go. Sorry, I'm talking about the 6th. We'll get to that one momentarily.
What race are we talking about? Oh, the 7th. Okay, sorry, I was looking at the 6th.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was
7th.
on the 7th.
And you sang and everything.
So why are we patient for?
What are we patient for? Juicy Hannah.
Oh,
hello.
yes.
That was a great ride.
That was a fantastic ride.
And I'm going to show you this replay one more time. So this was at 7/8. Today we get a chance to go around 2 turns, which is exactly what I think this horse wants to do. It's a Tara horse, farm horse. Tara is really strong right now. They just had that big stakes win the other day, so they're looking for another big win. But this was a great trip here, Jeff, because he stuck to the rail. This was Deshaun Gaskin. Stuck to the rail. And you and I were watching this one together, and I thought, just stay there. Like, don't. There's a great gap coming up for you here if you just wait. And he waited, and there was the hole for him. And then the rail never got shut off, and he was able to keep on going with this filly by Hyper. That's a stallion that they stand, right? So they bred the horse, they own the horse. We got up just in the nick of time to get the win. We were on Lasix that day for the first start as well. So this is second start Lasix. This is first time getting to stretch out here today. I say all signs point to yes on the Pat Perronte horse, Juicy Hannah, so I am going to put her in the top spot, and I'm the only one out there that has confidence in her.
You're going for the repeats. The repeats there.
I'm going for the Perronte times 2.
And I don't think this is a salty 25. And I'm going to go to where it's totally in charge. We've got a 60 buyer last time out. A 60 buyer puts this horse right in the mix of things in here. I think Design Diva is vulnerable, and Doug, I think, probably picked the horse thinking it was going to be on turf, because I don't think Design Diva is nearly as good on the synthetic as the horse on turf.
Like I was saying earlier on, I did this card on Monday. So Monday, I knew we were in trouble for grass because it was pouring rain Monday morning out my way, and I thought, yeah, I think I better handicap for the main track. So I didn't take a look at anybody as far as turf form was concerned. I just tried to put horses in the mix that I think would like the transition over.
What would have happened if we were on the grass?
Then I would have taken a look maybe at some other horses, like maybe Design Diva. But I'm just excited to see what Hannah thinks about the stretch.
Would you like to look at plays of the day?
Sure.
Okay.
Because I think I lost a couple.
You did?
Yeah.
The worst you can do is 0 for 2.
I know, and one of them is a juicy fruit. The taste is gonna move ya.
Those commercials were kind of annoying.
And people at home are going just like you two.
Yes.
My cash factor for the win today in race number 2, that's the Todd Kettleson horse that Fraser Abley is going to go back to here today. Beware of that one, and Juicy Hannah, I think, will enjoy the stretch out in the last.
I have one that is scratched to, that being Speedy Freeze. My price play is Zena Swift. My best bet is we are going on a Pat's holiday. If you want to come, that's that song's old.
Yeah, and he can't sing the summer holiday one anymore because the horse got adopted and has moved on to a new life.
Multi-leg single is going to be total sensation coming up in race number 5. What about the authors? Those that write. We've got Doug towards Some Kind of Mischief. We've got Ron towards Totally in Charge of the Nightcap, although that was maybe made for grass. And Woodbine TV Prod says Lady Moonshine beat the fave. I'll tell you, if Lady Moonshine's ever going to wake up, it's going to be today, because the horse is dropping into a very easy spot, but did not run all that long ago. But 'tis the season for quick comebacks.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? It works for some, but not for all.
So here's a horse that you're picking, and this is Jimmy. Jimmy from Seinfeld.
Oh, Jimmy.
And I think Jimmy's beatable here today.
I do too, but I mean, come on.
Listen, he's dropping from the penthouse to the basement here today.
I get it, but like, who's looking? You know, like that's a very scary drop.
Robert's looking at Jimmy.
That's a very scary drop.
It is.
And I remember getting kind of the old heads up about this horse first started out.
Very highly thought of early on. Yeah.
I mean, who's the threat to beat him? Do you think Dodester?
I think that's who I picked.
Like,
listen, if Go Jimmy Go shows up at 75%, wins this race.
Yeah, I would say so.
But I am going to go towards Dodester in that spot. Lost in Magic Slips, we're going to see coming up on Saturday.
I can't quite remember when we see that one, but one thing I will remind you of is last Thursday, remember? Crazy winners. Yeah. Last Friday, crazy winners. So it's not always logical on these cards.
It is. I'm just looking. Oh, Rainbow's
It's gone now, buddy.
Oh, well. I was going to chase the pot of gold, but I didn't.
I told you, it's not here. It's at the Albion Flea Market.
It's at the flea market. We're going to take a break. When we come back, let's talk race 1.
Okay.
That sounds like a good idea. 22 minutes away from the opener as we kick off another week of action.